my son. Tomorrow you leave Bordeaux and set forth for Paris, where you will commence your studies in law, thereby embarking upon a noble and respected career.
Yes, Father. Paris.
But as I do not want to leave you alone in that great city, famous for its unbridled pleasures and easy vices, I have written to my old friend Paquerel asking him to keep an eye on you.
Yes, Father.
Be nice to Paquerel, my son, and do not upset him. He is a charming man. Really very, very charming.
This duck is excellent.
It is Dr. Landoner's recipe.
Yes, indeed. Duck à la rouennaise.
Oh.
The secret lies in the way you kill it. You see, it's very simple. It's a question of squeezing your hand against the neck of the duck so the air is prevented from reaching the thorax and the blood is unable to flow fully into the cellular tissue which separates the muscles over the hyoid bone and under the hyoid bone. Now, with the result
That you wring its neck. Yes, you doctors, you can't speak like ordinary people.
Still, it does taste good.
Well, my method makes the duck tender.
My wife chose it herself, you know.
I forgot to take my purse, and there I was on the tram. Luckily, a very charming young man lent me 6 centimes.
Oh, there is always a man on hand when you need one.
Tiburce, pour the champagne.
I adore champagne, but my husband, the doctor, forbids me to take it. He says it excites me too much. He only allows me a glass in the bar.
Ah, poor darling.
Monsieur and Madame, I would like to say...
Let Monsieur Paquerel speak.
My husband should have been a politician.
Monsieur and Madame, I don't know how to ask
Oh,
it.
talking of baskets, Amandine, my dear, I have found yours, your work basket.
My basket, I have been looking for it everywhere.
Monsieur and Madame.
Hush.
Look, are you going to allow me to speak?
Go on, dear. Oh, remind me to give it back to you afterwards.
Monsieur and Madame, and especially my daughter, I have a surprise for you.
Surprise! What is the surprise?
Well, I will be brief. Julie, it is a matter of great pride in our family that you have written an opera. You have written Faust. Gounod wrote it first, I know. But then as Gounod was born before you, he could hardly help being ahead of you. Now, I am determined to have your Faust put on at the opera. Since I have become a wealthy man by making sugar for diabetics, all that my name now lacks is a certain luster. Now, this opera is your creation. You are my creation. Or, to put it another way, the creation of your creation is our creation. So, Faust is my creation.
Brother! And how will you set about putting it on?
Well, you see, I have recently heard that the opera intends to engage the services of a marvelous tenor. Oh, what a voice. The sort of voice I feel I have within me. If only I could get it out. Oh. He is singing in Bordeaux. His name is Duchaton, and he has a great future ahead of him. So, what do? I send a telegram to my friend Dufessé in Bordeaux, saying, engage Duchaton the tenor, send him here, money no object, he is in Bordeaux, send him here immediately. Now, when he arrives, you see, I put him under contract. The opera then go on their knees to me, and as I hand over my tenor, I hand over my opera. And the name of Paquerel will then go down in history. Monsieur, Madame, your health. That's all right, my dear. Well, you can kiss me without strangling me. Go and kiss your stepmother instead.
And don't keep calling me stepmother. It ages me so. It makes me feel like a preserved fruit.
Preserved fruits are often nicer than the fresh ones.
And she's certainly well preserved herself.
Monsieur, there's a gentleman here from Bordeaux. He comes from Monsieur Dufessé.
From Dufessé? It is him! It is Duchaton! Quickly, we must give him a great welcome. Imagine, tenors are used to an ovation. March to the piano and give us your party piece. Off you go to Bourse and ask him to come in with some ceremony. Madame Landonneau and Julie, you will tap on your finger bowls with your spoons. Do not be afraid to make a noise. And you, Doctor, you and I will stand on these chairs here facing one another and make a triumphal arch with our napkins. So...
Monsieur Dufessé.
I made a mistake. It's lunatic asylum.
Where are you going?
Please, don't interrupt yourselves. I better humour them. Do continue.
He's beginning to feel at home already. Keep it up! Don't run away.
I'm not running away. I think I'm outnumbered.
Oh, well, now we will have a little talk. But first of all, the introductions. Doctor and Madame Londonot, our great friends who share our house with us. My wife, my daughter.
The gentleman on the tram who lent me 6 centimes.
The lady who forgot her purse. Is it possible in a madhouse? Poor woman.
Well, now the introductions are over. I cannot tell you how pleased I am to meet you. Tell me, is Dufresne well?
Papa?
Papa? Why did you say Papa? I asked if Dufresne was well.
Dufresne, then you are...
What is it?
You are Monsieur Pacquerel?
Yes, of course.
And I thought I was in the madhouse.
What?
We were giving you a grand entrance.
Are you complaining?
It seems it's an odd way to be received.
This young man has been staring at me.
Monsieur Pacquerel, I'm delighted to meet you. I have a letter for you from Papa. It's in the bottom of my trunk.
From Dufresne. Oh, what a dear old friend. Tell me, is he well?
Father, he's wonderfully well.
Why do you keep calling him father? Some religious turn of mind, I suppose. Well, now, what do you think of my tenor?
Majestic.
Well, he seems quite healthy. I'll keep an eye on him.
I cannot tell you how pleased I am that you are here. Tell me, have you had lunch?
Well, actually, since this morning...
Yes, I was sure of it. Would you like a raw egg or an underdone cutlet?
Have you got anything else? What odd food they have in Paris.
But sometimes for the voice.
Well, I take very little notice of my voice.
Not everyone is like you.
I don't doubt it, madame.
He is rather conceited.
You can have whatever you like.
I will go and see to it.
Madame, you are too kind.
Monsieur.
She blushed. She recognized me. She's exquisite. But who is she? The wife of Pacquerel or of the other one? I was introduced to everybody en bloc.
Now, monsieur, if you will forgive us, we will return to the table. We haven't quite finished luncheon.
Oh, I don't want to upset your meal. I'll have whatever you're having.
Excellent. We're just going to have coffee.
They are bringing you some, and here is the work basket.
You know, monsieur, you simply could not stay in a better house than ours. The Parc des Princes is excellent for the boys. I will not allow you to refuse me. You will have the room next to mine on the first floor, overlooking the garden.
A little coffee, monsieur.
Oh, no. Coffee is a stimulant. Bring an eggnog.
Well, I can't bear eggnog.
Well, that doesn't matter. It eases the esophagus.
But mine doesn't need easy.
Here you must do as we suggest.
They're putting me on a diet.
I'll go and see to it.
Yeah, that's right, my dear. Look after your future singer. This is the pretty young lady who has written an opera.
Oh.
Dufresne will have told you about it, no doubt.
Well, only vaguely. No great details.
Well, it is she.
Oh, well, I'm very pleased about that.
He said, I am very pleased about that. Did you hear him?
Yes, he's delightful. Much nicer than my fiancé.
A little liqueur, monsieur.
Madame, you are too kind. She is gorgeous.
Now, I don't want to hurry you, but monsieur and I must have a little talk.
That suits me very well. I'm just off to work. Now, come along, ladies. We will see you soon.
Now, I shall come straight to the point. I am not a mean man, and this is what I propose. Will you accept 3,000 francs a month?
Well, what?
Well, 3,000 francs with board and lodging, heat and service thrown in. Isn't that enough?
You're joking.
Joking? Certainly not. They drive a hard bargain, these tenors. What did they give you in Bordeaux?
Father?
Father? Surely he doesn't think that I'm a priest, too. I asked what they gave you in Bordeaux.
100 francs.
Ah, well, that makes 3,000.
I'm sorry, how does 100 francs make 3,000?
Well, it's elementary. 30 days in the month, 30 times 100, 3,000.
Excuse me, but...
Look, I am not a mean man. Shall we say 3,500? Will you accept 3,500 francs a month?
Will I accept... This is astonishing. Papa told me he was a charming man, but I had no idea he was going to be as charming as all this.
Well, do you accept, yes or no?
Well, good Lord, yes!
Yes, oh, splendid, right, capital, right then. Now, we shall make out a contract so that we both know our rights. And I want you to understand that my rights are very important to me.
Well, I leave all the details to you.
Yes, well, I don't know much about these theatrical contracts, but I do have to stipulate I do have to stipulate that there will be a 40,000 franc fine should you leave me.
I won't leave you. What do I have to do for 3,500 francs a month?
Sing where and when I shall specify.
What? Sing?
Yes, well, I mean, that's what you're being paid for.
You were hoping to play a trick on someone?
Yes, at the opera.
By making me sing there?
No. Well, that is to say, well, there's no point in letting him think he can put himself up for auction. Never mind what my ideas are. Do you accept them?
At that price, I should think so. Whenever I sang in Bordeaux, they used to say, what a pity he doesn't live in Paris.
Splendid. Right now, we will now make out this contract, which I have formulated. It is for 10 years. Makes no difference, of course, because I shall be handing it straight over to the opera. For 3,500 francs for you, and 40,000 francs in default. Witnessed by so, we can fill those names in later. Representing Monsieur Pacquerel, the manufacturer of sugar for diabetics, on the one hand, and Dujeton.
Who is Dujeton?
Well, you are. I mean, isn't that your name?
Dugiton? Well, that's a theatrical name.
Oh, I see, it's your theatrical name. Well, what is your real name?
The same name as my father.
Well, so I should hope, but what is it?
Well, Dufausset, for heaven's sake. What's the matter with him?
Oh, you poor boy, say no more. I understand. Dufausset is your father.
Well, certainly, I just said to him, what is the matter with him?
Dufausset has a son, and he a married man with a family, too. Oh, the shame, the scandal. He never told me about it, you know. Still, he that sows the wind shall reap the whirlwind.
You see, Papa said go and see Packerel.
Papa, he allows you to call him Papa.
Well, it's logical.
Yes, but I mean, are you sure that he is your father?
Of course.
Well, what does his wife say?
What do you expect her to say?
Well, I mean, does she know that you are his son?
Mamma?
Yeah.
He really is mad.
Mamma, she allows you to call her Mamma. Oh, the brave woman. She takes the burden. She treats him as legitimate. It is heroic.
There's one in every family.
Tell me, what about the son now? What does the son say when he realizes that you are taking his place in the family?
The son? What son?
Well, your father's son.
Papa has a son?
Yes, I saw him about 13 years ago. He was 12 then, and smaller than you are.
A son? But whose?
Well, his wife's, of course. Have you never seen him?
Never.
Oh, could it be that he is dead?
But this is too much. I must write to Papa.
No, don't. That the wrong side of the blanket should take up arms against the right. It's not right. It's wrong.
I'd like to get this straight.
No, please. Please say no more about it. What is done is done. As for me, I shall forget about the whole thing. Come now. We will sign our contract. There. Oh, I see that you sign yourself Dufausset as well. Yes. Would you put called Dugiton alongside so that there is no mistake?
Is that right?
Splendid. Excellent. Perfect. Now then, here is your contract, and there is mine, and now you are my very own personal tenor.
Well, I hope I give you satisfaction.
Well, now, I will show you to your room, and then you can join the ladies.
Ah, the ladies. What is her name? I've been completely bowled over by her.
Are you coming, Dufausset?
Coming. Oh. This must be her work basket. I'll write her a note. Now, what shall I say? Ever since I brushed against you, I have loved you. There. Into the basket.
So what are you doing in Madame Landonneau's work basket?
Me? Nothing. Madame Landonneau. So she is the wife of the other one, not my host's wife at all. I need have no scruples about her.
Why are you looking at her basket with such ecstasy?
Monsieur Packerel, are you a man who can keep a secret?
If I must.
I find Madame Landonneau adorable.
What? Oh, you can't. No, it's impossible. You can't have looked at her properly. I mean, her bosom, it goes on, and she goes on with it, my friend.
I can't help it. I'm mad about it.
Oh, well, I suppose there are extenuating circumstances. All the same, I must keep an eye on him. Landonneau is my friend.
Monsieur Lenoir Defoe.
My dear father-in-law.
Monsieur Lenoir Defoe, my future son-in-law, Monsieur Dufausset.
Monsieur.
Monsieur is a singer.
You are?
Yeah, no, you are. Well, we must leave you now, son-in-law. I will tell your fiancé that you are here.
Please do.
Are you coming, Dufausset?
Mamma told me to take some flowers to my fiancée, Julie. I bought some flowers, all right, but on the way here, I looked in to see Camelia, who accepted them gratefully. I adore Camelia. She makes me feel at home. She's more than I can say for my fiancé. Mamma suggested that I run my tongue 5 times around my mouth before I risk saying a word to Julie. I don't have to do that with Camelia. Her maid told my fortune. The card said, if Lanoir Defoe gets married, he will be unhappy unless he marries Camelia, who always makes him happy. That cost me 25 francs. Naturally, after that sort of outlay, one doesn't want to go against one's destiny.
Papa sent me to find my fiancé. Oh, but my fiancé bores me. He stammers, and Papa insists that I behave properly and count up to 4 twice every time I speak to him. There he is.
Julie Packerel, 5 times round. Ah, mademoiselle. And how are you?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very well, thank you. And you?
What is the matter with her? I did have some flowers for you, but I noticed they had faded. So I threw them away.
God, how irritating his stammer is. How kind.
She must be a musician. She's always beating time.
And is your mother well?
How aggravating she is. Very well.
Good. He must have paralysis of the tongue.
Can you imagine being entangled with this little nitwit for life? One only has to be with her for 5 minutes and there's nothing left to talk about.
What a fool my fiancé is. And they want me to marry him? Never. Monsieur.
You. I'm so sorry. After you.
Shh, Lita. Madame Landonneau is coming.
Good day, madame.
Don't disturb yourselves. Don't pay any attention to me. Monsieur Paquerel has asked me to look in for the sake of propriety. Oh, my God.
What is it?
Nothing? Ever since I brushed against you, I have loved you. It is him. It is the tenor. Oh, God, how rash to write to me. I noticed that he was looking at me. Ever since I brushed against you. Where has he brushed against me? We shall see.
But this is marvellous.
It is pretty good.
And it's true. You don't love me.
And you don't love me.
Oh, how happy I am.
So am I.
And I'm so glad you haven't got a stammer.
And I'm glad that you haven't swallowed a metronome.
Do you know, we sound quite different now we know we're not going to be married.
I believe we are friends.
Friends. And now we must be diplomatic. It'll give us more time to decide what to do.
Agreed. Just as if nothing had happened.
My stepmother's coming.
Madame!
Don't disturb yourselves. Tell me, my dear, have you seen the tenor?
No.
I want to give him back his 6 centime. Is there a piece of paper to wrap them up in? It is a more genteel way of returning money.
It is agreed, then. We shall remain engaged in the eyes of the world.
Agreed.
Are you going, sir?
Oh, I must, madame. My mother is expecting me.
An old letter from Amandine when she was in Italy with her husband. If you knew how many trinkets I have bought cases full, I fear that I may have been extravagant, and that I will be so again. Do not say anything to my husband. I have said nothing either. Keep an eye open for my canary, and if you will be a darling, buy me a pair of blue garters. My love to you, Amandine Landonneau. Yes, well, that is rubbish, so, there. Wrapped up like that, it is much more appropriate.
Madame?
Tenor. Goodness, have you got a cold?
Me? Not at all. Actually, it was Monsieur Paquerel's idea, so that I shouldn't catch cold. It's gone. She's found it.
I must give him back his 6 centimes. Monsieur!
Madame?
I have been looking for you. I know I received something from you.
My note. Madame, I hope you were not offended.
Oh, one is never offended by gallantry.
But what I did was very daring.
I did not find it so.
You didn't? She is brazen. You see, as I didn't know you at all, I didn't dare to take advantage of the situation.
Oh, I didn't need any more. Just the fare.
The fare? You charge a fare?
Is it not the same in Bordeaux?
Good God, no. I shall have to get used to these Paris customs. Well, I'm delighted you were not offended.
Oh, why should I be offended? After all, you were only trying to help me.
Oh, certainly. She has a most unusual way of describing things.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I didn't want to be in your debt. Here you are.
Thank you. A note. She's replied to me. So quick, so prompt, so passionate. It almost amounts to neurosis. They don't waste time in Paris. Now, why she packed it with pebbles, Well, it's not pebbles. It's money. Ah, the 6 centimes. Oh, she should have kept it. Now, what does she say to me? I feel that I have been extravagant and that I will be so again. My darling angel, is it possible? Do not say anything to my husband. I'm not that stupid. I won't say anything either. I should hope not. Keep an eye open for my canary. Canary? Oh, she must mean her husband. Yes, she has a strange turn of phrase. I'll keep an eye open for a canary, all right? That's one of the rules of the game. And if you would be a darling, buy me a pair. What's this? Buy me a pair of blue garters. This could only happen in Paris. My love to you, Amandine Landernau. Oh.
The tenor, I am overcome.
Amandine. Oh, my own Amandine.
He is thinking of me.
I will buy you your garters.
He wants to buy me some garters.
I'll buy you a shop full of garters, but you must love me. Say, Amandine, that you will love me.
I love my husband, monsieur.
What? I don't doubt it, madame. What's it to her?
I have frightened him, the poor boy. What I meant to say is, I love my husband, but not to the exclusion of other friendships.
Really? What has that to do with me?
Do not blush, young man.
I'm not blushing.
Oh, I feel the blood rushing in my veins again. The palpitations here, the vibrations here. Oh, everywhere. Oh.
Poor soul. I knew a lady with a very similar condition to yours, you know. They gave her a laxative, and a couple of months later she had a baby.
Can this be true? Heaven help me, I think I may have been too hasty.
I am in a seventh heaven. He has a voice, you know.
Have you heard him singing?
No, but I've heard him coughing. I wrote at once to the directors of the opera asking for an audition.
If only you could persuade him to sing something.
Oh, yes. Dufresne.
Dufresne?
Oh, yes, I have not told you. He is Dufresne's son, the wrong side of the blanket. But don't mention it to him. It'll only distress him.
Oh, you poor boy. Believe me, I do understand.
You're too kind. What's the matter with this doctor? Understand what?
Nothing. Shh. I'm concerned about the effects.
Well, that is a doctor's job. What a strange family.
And now, monsieur, will you sing something for us?
Me?
Well, it is the least you can do.
What absurd obsession wants them to make me hear me sing?
Oh, surely you will not refuse me, monsieur.
She too. But I assure you I have no voice.
Nonsense, they all say that.
I will accompany you.
Where?
On the piano, of course.
Oh, well, I'm all right alone.
No, I'll play for you.
What I meant to say was the trouble is, you see, most pianos are out of tune with my voice.
Let's try.
Well, you asked for it. You've made me very happy.
Me?
And don't worry, I will give you your garters.
To me? He's mad.
What do you want to sing?
What, well, I'm vaguely familiar with All Hail Thou Dwelling Pure and Lowly.
Ah, I know that one. I've played it before.
Oh.
What did he say to you?
I don't understand. He offered to get me some garters.
Really? Me too. It is an obsession.
Are you ready?
Ready? I love you.
My God, I'm adored, loved by a tenor.
He's making advances to Mart. I shall keep an eye on him.
The atmosphere is right. I sense a great tenor.
It is exquisite.
All hail thou dwelling pure and holy.
I can hear a cat.
Where? Shoot me! Shoot!
All hail thou dwelling pure and holy. All hail thou dwelling pure and holy.
No, excuse me. You're going down. You should go up.
Well, I always go down.
It is all great singers do that. They improvise. Bravo! Bravo!
Well, are you ready, mademoiselle? Shall we begin again? All hail thou dwelling pure.
Oh, good. He has gone.
That's got rid of him.
Now, will you begin again, monsieur?
Very well. All hail. I can't sing like this. He's playing one air, I'm singing another. Two airs make a draft.
Draft! Catch cold! Shut the doors quickly! Quickly, wrap it up! We mustn't let him catch cold! Whatever happens, don't let him catch cold!
Ah, Amandine, you've never understood me. I love you. What I love about you is your total gesture. Oh, you've got enough for two. Invest in you and want to get a dividend. One day I had the courage to tell you I loved you, but you sent me packing. Now I've got no consolation but to put a few stitches in your tapestry while you're not looking. Oh, I know that you unpick them, but I don't mind. I start again. It's fantastic.
What are you up to, Tibus?
Nothing. As Madame can see, just a little tapestry work.
My tapestry? What effrontery! And I have been wondering who keeps doing such appalling embroidery.
It was me, madame. It made me so happy to be working with madame.
How dare you? Leave the room and don't do it again.
Yes, madame. She'll never love me, and she's such a mountain of delights. It's only my livery holds me back.
How appalling. I'd better suppress the design. It overexcites him. Oh, my God. Another note from Dufossé. The effrontery. Stuffing it in my work basket. Anyone could have found it. What does he say? I must speak to you at all costs. I am sure that you wanted to encourage me. All right, I shall risk it. He will risk it. I do not understand this boy. He says so much on the page and so little in conversation. Now, where was I?
Madame?
I haven't had a moment's peace all day.
And I have been in agony all night.
So much the better. Let me meet you tonight.
Could you tell me where I might find my fiancée?
In the conservatory.
In the conservatory? Thank you so much. I shall join her.
In the conservatory, he is very sure of himself. I assure you that my behavior will be honorable. It sounds like it, very honorable. If you agree, tell your husband to wave his handkerchief when he sees me and sing cuckoo, 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 and we will arrange the time by the number of lines that you chalk on his back. By the way, I have found some garters, but I didn't know what size. He set his heart on these garters.
What are you reading, my pet?
Me? Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? I saw you. What is that letter that you're holding?
Nothing. I tell you, a scrap of paper. It's not important.
Amandine, you're deceiving me. That is a love letter. Give it to me.
I am lost now.
Give it to me, I tell you. The tenor's handwriting, so. He's after her, too.
Do not read it. That letter is not for me.
Not for you. For whom, then?
Can you keep a secret till death?
Yes. And even after.
That letter is for Madame Paquerel.
Does sound more likely.
What are you doing?
I'm taking this letter to Madame Paquerel, of course.
Why?
Why not? This note is for her. I will give it to her. What could be more natural?
Here she comes, thank God.
Oh, good day, Doctor.
Madame?
Have I driven your wife away?
Yes. No. Is your husband well?
He is at the opera. Monsieur Dufossé is having his audition, and my husband is there to revel in his triumph.
Such a charming young man.
Oh, my husband adores him.
Yes, husbands usually make that mistake. Here is a note he asked me to give you.
Oh, let me see. I must speak to you at all costs. The effrontery. Yes, I know what this is. It is some information I was asking for.
Ah.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. Certainly for her. I'm very relieved.
Thank heavens, Londoners suspects nothing. Now, what can he be writing to me about?
Excuse me, madame. I'm looking for my fiancée.
I haven't had a moment's peace all day.
Nor I.
Let me meet you tonight.
Madame Landner said she was...
In the conservatory?
Yes, but she wasn't there. I wonder if you knew where I might find her.
In the conservatory?
Oh, well, if you insist, I'll have another look.
Let me meet you tonight in the conservatory. He's mad. What does he think I am? If you agree, tell your husband to wave his handkerchief when he sees me and sing cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. He is the one who will give the signal. We will arrange the time by the number of lines that you chalk on his back. Oh, no, not that. I would never dare to chalk up my husband. By the way, I have found some garters, but I didn't know what size. Must be in the textile trade.
Mott, have you seen my husband?
Yes.
He ought to have given you a note.
Oh, how do you know?
Because I gave it to him.
You gave it to him? Dufossé must be mad. One does not pass round things like that.
Of course, I didn't bother to read it.
Oh, I can breathe again.
I imagine you haven't either.
I don't read other people's letters.
She has seen nothing. I can relax.
Madame, Monsieur's come home. He seems to be in a state of shock.
God, what's the matter?
What's happened?
What is it? It's Monsieur Paquerel.
It's your father!
Oh, smelling salts, a glass of cordial, anything help. Oh, I can't go on. Oh, the shame, what a calamity. He gave his audition, an absolute disaster. Mind you, I should have been forewarned. When he sang for us yesterday, I said to myself, and you, Landino, you said it too. You said to me...
What?
Exactly. But I thought to myself, well, we are not singers, and he is famous. He must have a fine voice. I assure you, he is very much overrated. That is the trouble with these provincial reputations. They are all talk. Well, we go to the opera. The director shows us into a room. The selection committee consists of the director and the conductor of the orchestra. The conductor asks Dufresne what he would like to sing, and Dufresne says, "All hail thou dwelling, pure and lowly." I am filled with anxiety, for it did not go down too well here yesterday. I offer up a little prayer, but it is no good. He sings, if you can call it singing, for he is out of time and out of tune. We try to claim that the piano has not been tuned properly or that the pianist is playing too fast, but it is no good. The director looks at the conductor looks at the director, they both look at me, and I don't know where to look.
Oh, calm down, Papa.
Calm down! What am I going to do with this good-for-nothing? You realize that I am bound by contract to pay him 3,500 francs a month, and your opera, who is going to perform it now?
Perhaps Dufresne is tired. He only arrived yesterday. You haven't given him time to breathe.
I've given him too much time to breathe. He is an absolute disaster. I've made an absurd bargain. Now, here he is. Leave me.
Yes, here I am.
Yes, there you are, monsieur.
And I am starving.
Oh, really? You're starving, are you? And I suppose it is I who have to feed your useless mouth. Are you not ashamed of being such a parasite?
It was you who made me sing.
That is what I thought tenors were supposed to do.
You will see I was in no condition.
Oh, what am I going to do with you? Well, don't think I'm going to keep you and pay you just for your pretty face. Can you do anything else? Is your handwriting good? Can you add up?
What?
Well, let us see. 35 and 9. Now, what does that make?
35 and 9?
Yes.
A 9.
A 9.
Well, 36, 37.
You have to use your fingers?
It's easier with the fingers.
Well, what happens if you run out of fingers? What am I going to do with this? Oh, well, we'll try and employ you somehow. You can run errands, and in the morning you can help about the house. Go round with a duster.
Me?
Yes, you! 3,500 francs for a domestic servant is a bit stiff.
Clean the rooms, I'll write to Papa.
And do not tell Tiburce the wages I am paying you. It might put ideas into his head.
Really? This morning he was fussing over me and giving me silk scarves. Now he treats me like an imposter. Really?
Are you angry, Monsieur Dufresne?
It's your father, mademoiselle. He wants me to clean the rooms and polish the floors.
Papa is not thinking what he's saying. How could anyone hurt such a nice boy?
He has deeply wounded me, madame. If I had not been restrained by the charms of a certain person...
Is it possible? By the charms of a certain young person?
A certain young person, yes, but I cannot name her.
No, do not name her. It would only make me blush.
Amandine must have received my note by now.
I am delighted by the declaration you've just made me, and I'm enchanted by your discretion.
I dare say she'd like to know who the young lady is.
I'm very happy.
And I'm very hungry.
What was that who went out? Oh, Monsieur Dufresne. He had a row with Papa, and he's deeply wounded. He's gone to get something to eat.
That proves he has a heart.
And an appetite.
Your father's not here?
No. Are you looking for him?
Yes, I need him. To chalk him up.
I must find my husband. I have stocked up with chalk from the billiard room.
Go on. You can eat later. Meanwhile, you can help Tiburce with the beetles. More parasites, but at least I can poison them.
Oh, my dear, must you be so unkind?
Poor boy.
How awful.
How humiliating. Ah. You want me to keep an eye open for your canary?
Mon Dieu.
Be careful. My husband is suspicious. I think he suspects your improper passion.
Good Lord, I was the one who told him.
How did he take it?
How did he take it? What do you mean, how did he take it? He simply said, how unusual.
What insolence. I'm a fool to have had scruples. Monsieur, I await your garters. I am 58 round the legs.
What a fascinating piece of information. They're obsessed with garters in this house.
Well, hurry up, don't waste time. I have other things for you to do.
Me?
Yes, go and get me a pair of garters. One of mine is split.
It runs in the family.
Oh, Papa, the poor boy.
Poor? What's poor about him? Do you realize what he gets for what he does? 3,500 francs. Tiburce gets 26.
Well, there's no reason to humiliate him.
You've hurt him.
You think of no one but yourself.
And it's a very unpleasant trait.
Very unpleasant.
I am unpleasant?
Very, very, very unpleasant.
Now be reasonable.
I'm going into the garden to look for him, to comfort him.
I shall go to my husband. I'm going to chalk him up in no uncertain manner. I'll give him his how unusual.
What am I going to do? There isn't a theatre in the land that will listen to him.
Oh, dear. Have you tried them all?
Who wants to employ a tenor who has no voice?
Is Mademoiselle Julie within?
No, she's without. In the conservatory.
If only he could recover it for just 24 hours.
Perhaps this is the moment to speak to my husband about the signal. Will he agree? And how shall I suggest it? Ah, what an idea. Tell me, do you really want Dufausset to get his voice back? Well, perhaps I know a way. It's, I cannot guarantee anything, you understand, but it's worth a try. But no, you will laugh.
No, go on.
Well, it's only based on proverb. When a singer loses his voice, there is a very simple way of getting it back.
Well?
When Dufausset comes into the room, you take your handkerchief like this and waving it 3 times, say cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And then?
Well, that's all.
Oh, well, it's an old wives' tale, but I may as well try it. It can do no harm.
Now for the time. 2 o'clock seems a good time. Ah!
What?
Turn round.
What?
There.
You're tickling me. What is the matter?
No, it is nothing. I thought I saw an insect on you.
Insect where? What?
No. I was mistaken. Oh. And now Dufausset will know what time to come.
Are you quite clear? You wave your handkerchief hard.
Yes. If this remedy succeeds, I shall give up medicine.
This is ridiculous. How idiotic women are.
I have decided on 3 o'clock. 3 marks. My husband will be snoring.
Now, what are you doing with your handkerchief in your hand?
And you?
Me? I was about to sneeze.
I am waiting for Dufausset.
Oh, really? So am I, as a matter of fact.
Yes, apparently waving my handkerchief will bring his voice back.
So I'm told, yes.
Just a matter of waving.
Yes. And saying cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yes.
Yes.
Look out, here he is.
I've killed your beetles. What's the matter with you?
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Ah, the signal, oh bliss, she accepts.
See how excited he is getting.
The crisis is approaching.
Poor woman, she feared she couldn't manage it alone, so she brought in reinforcements for her husband.
How are you feeling? Are you well?
I'm feeling very well. It's as if everything was welling up inside me.
That's just as it should be.
It's unbelievable.
Yes, it's marvelous.
I shall have to try this with all my patients.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah, well, don't wear yourselves out, that's enough.
No. The more, the better.
1, 2. The rendezvous is at 2 o'clock.
It's for your own good.
1, 2, 3. 3. Well, is it 2 or is it 3? Ah, she shared it between them. It is 2 and 3. I must add them together. That's 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 2 plus 3.
5. 2 plus 3 is 5.
5 o'clock. Oh, how happy I am! The pleasures of loving are mine.
He's singing again.
Caresses and kisses divine.
He has recovered his
My
voice.
tenor has returned to me. Dufausset, my dear.
Dufausset.
Excuse me,
He
sir.
has recovered his voice.
I haven't lost it.
No, Dufausset. Now, are you ready, Landano? And you too, Lamois.
I wanted to...
Well, you just have to wait, that's all. Now, come along. Out with your handkerchief. Are you ready now? Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
The pleasures of loving are mine.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Caresses and kisses divine.
He's beginning to feel it too.
Mart, Amandine, Julie, come quickly. Oh, Dufausset has found his voice again, Mart. Your method was marvelous.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Ah, I'm beginning to understand. Madame, fear not. I will not be late. I will be on time. And look, here are your garters.
Thank you. He has got them. Swear to me that it is all quite honourable.
I swear.
Young man, what will you think of me?
Not a lot.
Oh, young man, I'm going to behave very badly.
Well, no one's perfect.
Oh, he is happy, poor darling.
Well, back to the Beatles.
What Beatles? You? No, never. Tiburce, to your water cans. Now, come along. You, Dufausset, to glory and to the opera. And Landano, to us. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. The places are nothing but mine. The places are perfectly fine.
Oh, mon Dieu, what a night. And how badly I slept. I seem to hear people walking around the house all night.
Ah, Tiburce. Have either Monsieur Pecquerel or the tenor left their room yet?
No, monsieur, I can't understand it. It's nearly 11 o'clock and nobody's come down. It's as if they have been awake all night.
Oh, here is Monsieur Pecquerel. You can leave us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you seen Dufausset?
No, not yet, and I am a little concerned about him.
Concerned?
I believe this boy's a bit of a lad.
Really?
He only has to see a petticoat. You notice nothing. He's been paying a lot of attention to one woman in particular.
No, I haven't noticed a thing. Good heavens, it is his wife.
Of course, I don't want to name her. I can't, she's his wife.
I assure you that there is nothing in it.
I very much hope that you're right.
And it certainly hasn't affected his voice. I heard him practicing scales this morning.
I thought so too at first, but it was the water cistern filling up.
Oh dear, was it? Oh, well, at any rate, we know what to do. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Oh, what if it doesn't work at the opera?
Why shouldn't it work?
Good morning.
Ah, my dear Dufresne, we were just discussing your system. Oh, your voice. Do a little...
They're keeping it up. They'll drive me mad.
Oh, it is a beautiful thing, a great voice.
Oh, I know it is. But you don't have them in France, you know. One has to go to Italy. If you'd been in the Sistine Chapel like me...
What? You?
You were in the Shikata, in the Shishikata, in the Chapititi, in the Shikafota.
Why are you speaking Arabic?
No, it is not Arabic. You were in the Chapel.
Do you really mean to say that you have been in the Sistine Chapel?
Well, doubtless you know. The choristers have been...
Yes, we know. Castrated, every man jack of them.
You cannot imagine the fullness of harmony produced from such pure voices mashed together, singing their parts with spirit.
Singing their parts from memory.
Oh, certainly.
How could a boy like you entertain the idea of going into the Sistine Chapel?
Well, you know how it is. I was in Rome, I was fed up. I just found out that my mistress, who had sworn undying love to me, had gone off with a Neapolitan dentist.
I see what it is, a lover's despair.
Well, put yourself in my position.
Not if I can help it.
In order to try and forget, I was wandering around the streets, alone, depressed, disgusted with life and with women, when suddenly, what do I see? The Sistine Chapel. To someone who is desolate, depressed, without a mistress, it was the only hope.
A little extreme.
I cried out, my God, I cried. Heaven ordains it and decides me. I will go in to the Sistine Chapel.
Just like that. Wham!
Denying your vocation?
I have never regretted going in.
Never?
I can assure you, monsieur, that it was there that I experienced the greatest shock of my life.
I believe you.
Yes.
No sooner had I gone in, monsieur, than I was uplifted by the heavenly voices of the choristers. I was abashed, overwhelmed. I was no longer a man. I don't know what I was.
Yes, but don't try and tell us about it, poor boy.
Believe me, I wept like a calf.
I didn't know calves wept.
Perhaps at the thought of a veal chop?
Oh, it was ecstasy. I no longer noticed what anybody was doing to me.
Stout fellow.
I shall never forget. O salutaris hostia.
And that is decidedly that.
And that only gives you the faintest idea.
Yes, but I thought that you were making advances to Madame Landenauer.
I don't see the connection.
Look here. Do you know that I was sure that you were after Madame Pacquerel?
Oh, people must have been gossiping.
Oh, my poor friend!
Well, I will write to the opera again. And now I know you will do your best, now that I know your secret. Shall we try it once more, Landenauer?
Oh, let us try, Pacquerel.
Cuckoo, cuckoo,
Oh, not
cuckoo.
again. I've had quite enough of that.
Yes, you're quite right. We will save it for the great occasion. Come, Landenauer, we must write our letter.
Yes, I've had quite enough of that. They made a fool of me yesterday. Not going to happen again today. What a night! I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, shaking like a leaf, went straight down to the conservatory. I said to myself, she will be here soon, I will wait for her. At 8 o'clock, I was still waiting.
There you are, monsieur.
I was about to say the same thing to you, madame.
And do you think it is polite to keep a lady waiting?
Well, that is a bit too much.
1 hour, monsieur. I waited for 1 hour, and I would have waited longer if she had not barged in.
She? Who? Oh, the barge.
Yes, she burst into the conservatory as 3 o'clock was chiming, pretending she couldn't sleep because of toothache. So, for the sake of appearances, I said I had neuralgia, and we walked up and down, up and down. She didn't seem to want to go away, and she advised me to go to bed. And so as not to arouse her suspicions, I left. Which is precisely what I am going to do now.
You're going to bed?
No, monsieur. I am going to leave.
Well, really? She keeps me waiting and then makes a scene about it.
Ah, there you are, monsieur.
There's the other one now.
Ah, you are a fine lover.
Oh, thank you, madame. How should she know that?
And what were you doing last night, monsieur, at 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock? I was asleep.
You were asleep while I was awake.
Yes, I just heard from someone. Yeah, you had the toothache.
A mere excuse. I was waiting for you. Ah, Dufresne, have you had enough of me? Do you despise me?
What's the matter with her? Has she taken leave of her senses?
You still here, monsieur?
Madame, we must come to an understanding.
There is no point.
But I must explain. I arrived at the conservatory at 5 o'clock precisely, and you were not there.
And what do you mean by arriving at 5 when I made the rendezvous at 2?
The rendezvous was at 5.
At 2?
5. I counted the strokes.
Oh, then you don't know how to count.
Or you made too many marks.
I only made 2.
Yes, 2 on one and 3 on the other. That makes 5.
2 on what other?
Oh, good heavens. 3 on Landenau and 2 on Pacquerel.
Oh, excuse me. I did not mark Landenau.
Truly?
On my word.
Well, let's call it a mystery and accept my apologies.
Very well. I accept them.
Ah, Amandine, my Amandine. Amandine!
Again. But don't you see that you have given yourself away?
Give myself away, how's that?
Well, why call me Amandine?
Because that name is dear to me, because I love my Amandine.
Oh, you admit it, you admit it. You come here and you tell me about it.
Well, who else would you like me to tell?
Oh, leave me alone. Go away.
But I want to spend the rest of my life at your feet. Look, I'm on my knees.
Oh, Packerel, get up at once.
It's all right, he knows, he knows.
What?
Oh, it's also in his knees to Madame Packerel, but has he not seen Packerel? Idiot, get out.
The husband, I'm caught.
Husband, of course, you're mad. Can't you see the Packerel see you?
Oh, it's all right. Leave him alone. He is only a crippled chorister. Be off with you, you poor deprived lad.
He's in a good mood.
My dear, surely you don't imagine.
I find it very amusing.
You do? Well, your calm wounds me more than your anger would.
I do not love your wife, you know.
Well, of course not.
I know appearances were against me, but I was trying to save the situation. It is his wife that I love.
Well, you need not tell me that. It's obvious.
No, well, when you saw me on my knees to Madame, it was in order to divert the suspicions of Packerel.
Funny way of doing it.
Yes. Monsieur, I do not love your wife, so please forgive what I'm about to do. It is in order to save the situation in the eyes of her husband. Excuse me. I love you.
Oh, my God.
What? My wife?
You are mad. What about my husband?
All right, I warned him.
Have you lost your head, monsieur?
It's all right, I warned him. Marthe, you're beautiful.
Mart? Mart, why do you call me Mart? My name is Amandine, monsieur.
What do you mean, Amandine?
My name is Marthe, Monsieur Marthe Packerel.
You're Marthe. What a mess. Oh, no, monsieur, I assure you, please. No, please.
It's all right. I don't mind what you do.
Carry on. I assure you that we are not jealous.
There have been so many changes in the last 2 days. I'm introduced to a fat Marthe and a divine Amandine, only to find that the fat Marthe has become the huge Amandine, and the huge Amandine has become the divine... No. Packerel's wife is the wife of the other one, so the other one's wife become... It's quite incomprehensible. Well, who did I declare myself to? Which husband was I about to deceive? How are all these people married? Perhaps under some organization for the liberation of women? But do they permit free exchange within marriage? Progress is progressing too fast for me.
Ah, Monsieur Dufossé?
Oh, it's you.
Have you seen Monsieur Packerel?
He left me a minute ago.
Oh, thank you.
Are you unwell?
Would you like a pastille?
Certainly not. I'm developing my voice.
Ah, my dear Lanois, I was told that you were here. And is your mother well? And your sister?
I haven't got one.
So much the better.
Good day, Monsieur Lanois.
Ah, mademoiselle, I have some very important news for you.
Well, my dears, I must leave you now. Oh, Dufossé, would you do me a favor? In your condition, I can ask you to do this. You see, these young people are engaged, and one must allow them their moments of ardor, but it's not proper that they should be left alone entirely to themselves. So, would you keep an eye on them? Just walk up and down. Don't try to enter their conversation, just...
Now I'm a nursemaid to adolescence. Really?
I do not dare to say a word to Papa. I should prefer that to come from your side.
Yes, but that is like Mamma and I. You see, I would prefer that news to come from you. You're awfully sweet, but you're not my type at all.
And your nose is too long.
Who? I see, why does that man keep walking up and down like that? Doesn't it make you feel dizzy?
That's because he's jealous. He thinks I have to marry you, but he himself is in love with me. He's hinted as much already.
Well, what about you?
Me? Well, I don't dislike him.
Well, give him a hint.
Why not? One should not allow a fellow creature to suffer when one can relieve his suffering. Psst.
You wish to speak to me, mademoiselle?
Yes. Monsieur Lanois, who is known to be my fiancé, will never be my husband.
Never, never.
Why are you telling me all this?
Well, because after your confession, I have no right to amuse myself in a heartless way which can only make you suffer.
Do you mean that?
I think it wrong, when one knows somebody is attracted to someone, to enjoy distressing him with little tricks which are meant to spur him on.
Well.
Besides, it was you who made the first move, so I feel I can advance a little in my turn.
Mademoiselle, is it possible that you were talking to me in this way?
Or when you declared your feelings.
I declared now, when?
He's forgotten. When you were in a rage with Papa, you said to me, I would have gone away had it not been for the charms of a certain young person. Did you say that? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. And I repeat it. I love you.
And I feel the same.
Julie.
What? Again? Still on your knees?
Love is such an instant sensation.
What nonsense is this? And you, monsieur, what are you doing, walking up and down?
As you see, sir, I have relieved the sentry.
Well, that's a fine way of wooing.
Monsieur, you are my father's friend. You will not reject me. I have the honor to ask for the hand of your daughter.
What? Oh, no, it's absurd.
What do you mean?
Oh, Papa, be kind. You've no objection to my marrying, so don't object to my choice. Let me choose him.
No, Julie, look, let me explain to you. You see, No, I can't explain to you. Be off with you, you boy soprano.
There you are. Read that.
What? A newspaper? Yes, later. I must tell you, you will not believe this. Dufresne has asked for the hand of Julie.
Really? I don't see anything particularly funny in that.
Papa definitely doesn't like him.
Now, read that to me.
The engagement is announced. Will you read that, monsieur?
What? The engagement is announced to the famous tenor Ducheton at the opera at a salary of 6,000 francs a month. Well, I don't care about that.
You don't care? You owe me 40,000 francs, monsieur.
I do?
Yes, by breaking the contract.
Breaking the... But I haven't left you.
Well, you can't be with me and at the opera at the same time.
But I don't go to the opera. I'm not Ducheton.
What?
What do you mean you're not Ducheton?
I am Dufresne, and Dufresne is not Ducheton.
Who said that Ducheton was your stage name and that you were the bastard son of Dufresne?
Me, a bastard? What did you give me that idea?
Good Lord. Then it is you. Dufresne only had one son.
It was you that told me I had a brother.
And you mean that you are the little boy who at 12 years old was only that high?
I suppose so.
And you are not a tenor?
With my voice, I'm not even a fiver.
Oh, it's too bad. I asked Dufresne to send me a tenor and he substitutes his son instead.
Papa sent me to Paris to study law. He didn't tell me about a tenor. He merely recommended me to you. You immediately offered me this extraordinary allowance, which I accepted because I don't like to make a fuss.
Yes, but what about my telegram?
What telegram?
Tibbous! I wrote out a telegram to be sent to your father.
Monsieur?
About that telegram the other day that I gave you.
Yeah. I have it here, monsieur.
You have not sent yet.
I was about to get round to that shortly, monsieur.
Oh, were you really, Tibbous? Were you really? Well, don't trouble yourself with it, Tibbous. Destroy it. And then destroy yourself!
Well, now that that's cleared up, may I ask you once again for the hand of your daughter?
No, certainly may not.
Oh, what have you got against me?
Well, for one thing, your experience in the Sistine Chapel.
Who, me?
Well, you said so.
It doesn't give me much hope of becoming a grandfather.
What? Heavens above, I said I'd been to the Sistine Chapel, not that I'd sung there.
You mean then you are not... You haven't been...
Monsieur, I assure you, I am complete.
Packerel, what is going on in this house? I just had to prevent Traverse from doing himself a severe mischief with a bodkin.
And he had my tapestry clasped to his bosom.
Madame, intercede for me with Monsieur Packerel, so he will grant me the hand of Mademoiselle Julie.
What? Oh, God!
Oh, I'll get her a sedative.
Oh, and I think what he did in my basket.
Oh, shut up.
Monsieur, I am opposed to this marriage.
Oh, Madame, you were trying to flatter me by pretending that you were jealous.
Jealous? Me? You are very conceited.
Monsieur, my daughter is engaged to Monsieur Lanois.
Monsieur Packerel, I am highly honoured, but Mademoiselle loves Monsieur. I would prefer the hand of your second daughter.
I haven't got one.
I am in no hurry, Madame.
Dear boy, you're very sweet.
Oh, well, very well, Dufresne. I will not say no. I will think about it. I've had no luck with my opera. I may as well achieve a son-in-law. But take care, my friends. Whether you are buying turnips or tenors, be sure to examine the goods. One never knows what one may risk when one buys a pig in a poke.
Expectations, confrontations, explanations, complications, adorations, no frustrations, with such feminine wands and such beckoning smiles.